All right, this is Peter Sechrist stepping in for Sarah, calling to order Golf Commission for Monday, March 10th, 2025 at 7:02. Call to order. So first order of business is approval of minutes. Does anybody have any changes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving right along. Pro?
Hello, everyone. Not too much to report because we're not open, but first I'd like to recognize my range staff. I think they've gone above and beyond keeping that place afloat during the winter. It was challenging picking up those balls and cleaning them, and they did a heck of a job. We worked close, I think, at least half the month, 15 days.
Yeah, there was a rough stretch there.
Yeah, but it's still doing wonderful.
Yeah.
I got product inventory starting to roll in. It's starting to get stuff, so we should be ready to ramp up and go as soon as we go with opening day. They've come and serviced the golf carts are ready to go. He's been here twice already, so I'm feeling pretty good about.
Can they get out on the range and pick up balls?
Right now we're doing good, but for a while there we were having trouble because it's just too soft.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. So that you can't.
We're okay now. It's
okay.
Yeah, I was up there today.
That
There
was
a couple
the
of times.
challenge.
That wind dried everything out.
Good.
Yeah.
Because the golf, when I walked around or rode around the golf course the other day, I mean, it's still pretty wet.
Mushy, yeah.
I mean, obviously, you know better than I, but a couple inches above or have melted, but there's got to be some frozen underneath that's keeping the liquid up top. But it's getting close. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Fairways look nice.
Everything works fine.
Yeah.
But it's not that, we're just getting ready to go.
What is the big trailer thing
That's
out
for
there?
the furniture for the restaurant.
Oh, that's where they store their stuff. Got it.
We don't
Got
have
it.
anywhere else.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're gonna get that out, this week. I need it out this week so I can get rid of it.
Okay.
That's a patio.
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony?
Yep, everybody should have received the golf numbers. Obviously, the range being closed, we're still selling passes and IDs. Everything's tracking right in line with where it normally tracks at this time, based on previous years. Revenue, though, is up due to the strong performance of the driving range. $7,400 in February. Again, we were closed about half the month there. We had budgeted 5,000 was the number we were carrying, so we exceeded that. We carried, just for reference, we were carrying 10,000 for March. We're going to probably be close to 40. We were already at 12. They were only 10 days in. That's great. So I mean, as long as the weather continues to cooperate, we don't get another blizzard.
Whenever the weather's good, even close to good, they're up there.
Yeah. Other things that are going on, we're replacing the carpet on the clubhouse side. That's was supposed to be done before St. Patty's Day. PO's been cut. I don't know when the work's happening, but that is scheduled to happen. So,
I'm sorry, replacing the carpet where?
Clubhouse side of the
hallway.
Pro shop side of
the clubhouse.
To the bathroom.
If I remember, what happened?
No, it's just wear and tear for 4 years.
4 years, wow, okay.
Yeah, so it's time to unfortunately replace it. So that was.
Is that in the pro shop and then the hallway down to the bathroom?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the worn path, and we tried shampooing and washing. It's just time to replace, unfortunately.
Great.
Well, the golf shoes too, probably.
Yeah. Good news, we're going to start moving the lockers out of the locker room finally. We have a spot for them to go down in another trailer, so we'll be able to remove that as soon as Public Works can accommodate that. And then the other big one is, with just a few hours' notice, we will put onto the Board of Selection agenda and the Board of Finance agenda for our 10-year plan. Both approved it unanimously. So now we go on to the RTM. Which is the last Monday of this month. So one more approval, and then we'll hopefully get cracking on the cart path, but I can let George speak to that, because I know he's been working pretty closely with those guys.
Why did they cut your heads out of the budget?
Oh, so yeah, budget so far went through Board of Selectmen. However, we were cut close to I think $400,000, before it even got to the board of selectmen, which means it was cut at the table by the administration. We had requested 3 laborers, 2 laborers and a mechanic.
Right.
They gave us 1 laborer, they cut the other 2. I made the argument that, well, if you're gonna give me 1 position, we would prefer the mechanic.
Right.
They said, no, you're getting a laborer, DPW will handle the mechanic. They're trying to set up DPW with, like a roving mechanic that's just on the street going to places, so they're gonna try something new. So we may revisit this a year from now, but that's what they wanna do, so they're gonna give us at least 1 body, which will help a little bit. And then all the machinery, all the capital outlay we put in there, we had a large number in there this year. That was all taken out of all capital projects were taken out of everybody's budget. And their plan is to put together a replacement plan overall amongst all the departments and bond it. I don't know the timing on that. It was not part of the bonding they did the other night. They bonded some trucks, but it wasn't for anything for us. So my parks department was in the exact same situation where it was all pulled out.
So given that, I would urge us to be diligent, and Peter will need your help. When you make a request, I'd like to track how often you get help.
And how responsive.
And I'm not trying to break your chops, but it sounds like a simple plan. Share resources makes perfect sense from a town perspective. But if we're getting, if we ask for help 17 times and we get help twice, there's a problem. And if we can document that, I think that would make sense.
Yeah, and this was the last administration had a very similar plan,
Right.
And that was when they were the ones who cut the mechanic and said, hey, DPW is going to handle this, and it was very much along the same lines where we had a machine go down and it was down for 8 months. They just wouldn't touch it. So yes, I think I agree. I mean, we have to do a better job of at least documenting so we can show the next time.
Yeah.
They're not there. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
I have just a quick question on that. How would work be requested? Does he have to put in like a work order?
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
Yeah. Normally we throw an email out there or a phone call, but then it's typically followed up with a work order that goes to the Q alert system. So DPW will track.
Okay.
Yes, we have this. If they don't get to it in a certain amount of time, it escalates to the next supervisor in line.
So if he puts in a work order and it's filled, so to get to Bob's tracking information, is it tracked on that work order that it's?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it'd be like an easy.
Yeah. Yep. And that's why DPW likes using that system, because they can quantify how many requests they had, how many they fulfilled, what's outstanding.
So you can ask almost for an audit.
And they
They
go.
put in 45 work orders and we got 1 filled or something like that. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, March 18th, I will be presenting the budget to the Board of Finance. So we're at a town, I want to say they're looking to cut another 2.9 million or something, I think is what they're trying to get to try to offset the Board of Ed. So I would expect the Board of Finance is normally where you see a lot of changes. The Board of Finance is also the last stop to add things back. So RTM can only cut.
Interesting. Okay.
So this $1 million, you feel pretty good about it?
$1.5 million.
$1.5 million for the.
Yeah, but I guess, for long term, but short term, for PAS and.
Our numbers based off the state bid, we've had Tilcon out here, I think.
And I got Tilcon already, I'm gonna call them tomorrow, I told them I was gonna go to this meeting, just see if everybody says, okay, let's get started, we'll do it, but either way, I'm gonna have them out there this week, run the cart path again with the actual crew that's gonna be doing their work, so they can see access points, what they're getting involved into. Last time I was out with them was just basically with the salesman to show him what we had, quantify the numbers and whatnot. So this time he wants to bring out the actual operations. So I'll call him tomorrow and see if I can line it up for this week, get them out here and, keep moving on that.
You
So
said
that-
that, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, sorry, for best case, like timeline, how does this sort of look?
So we can get this started as soon as the money is approved.
And
Right,
then
so I'm.
March
I-
18th is
yeah.
the earliest that,
No, March 31st, the RTM will vote on this money.
oh, March 31st.
So really, George knows, I want to hold off until we have the approval. I would hate to even
Sure.
try to start doing something and then the
Sure.
RTM says, we're not approving this.
Of course. Yeah.
But yeah, then at that point, we can start.
So hopefully early April we can get things.
We
weather
could, right,
dependent.
And they're actually working on a contract right now too.
Okay.
They'll kind of put that together, they're gonna
Okay.
email it over to us, we'll go over it and sign it, boom, ready to
And
go.
I think from last meeting, the timing, even if, so if we give them the green light, we get all the contracts signed and everything, probably mid to end of April, they can then start actually roughing and framing out the stuff that they wouldn't pave until I think it was June or July,
We talked
right?
about that, but if they can get in sooner, if the weather's dry enough, they'll come in sooner.
Is there a plan on sort of where to start and where to, I
We
mean,
can
Bob,
start wherever we want. Pretty much all the car paths are getting done,
Yeah.
except for 11, 1, and 18.
yeah, I don't know if there's a better way to,
Yeah, and exactly, so when I come out with them, they come out this week,
Okay.
where they want it,
yeah,
yeah, exactly.
get it done.
I can assure you, driving the cart around the other day, the winter has not been good to the cart.
Saturday was fine.
Oh, my God, it's so bad.
You mentioned last time
Cold
curbs,
weather.
Yes, what I,
and, you know, curbs can be pretty dicey, because if you have curbs, they can direct carts through a confined area, and it wears out the golf course there, and it also affects drainage significantly.
right.
We don't have curbs, I don't think, on any of our paths now, do we?
There's a few, yeah, I think when
we were talking
about
about it,
yeah, we're trying to get
I
them.
mean, are you planning to put curbs in?
Like
Yes,
around,
we're gonna go through.
around the greens area, like,
Around the
three,
Yeah.
two,
Yeah,
but
keep
just, you
them on
know.
the path.
Okay, but not along the fairway and,
No.
No.
good, good.
Maybe some tees and greens, but.
So in this, when they do the cart paths, I can see them coming in and, you know, putting cart paths in. The edges of the cart paths into the rough, do they deal with that, or does Peter have to deal with that?
That's gonna fall in
It is?
the, yeah.
So you have to grade
I
it
mean, that's
and
a
plant
huge-
and all that, or,
I mean, I mean, we're gonna remove what's there, we'll probably build up, try to get the car path close to
Right.
grade what it is
Yeah.
now. I mean, we'll go over some spots that might need some drainage and maybe do a little work before
Yeah.
they do the actual paving, but
But, I mean, that's a lot of work for your guys, I think.
yeah.
And that's landscape, right, yeah.
I mean,
Dirt,
have you
seed.
thought about sod or seed, well, it's a,
well, the disruption shouldn't be, hopefully not crazy. We're probably gonna go 9 foot wide to prep, 8 foot wide, put the,
Yeah.
path in. So, minimal, and,
6 to 12 inches either side.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, I mean, yeah, it's gonna take a lot of time, but.
A lot of miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask one? Bob,
Um,
how much is this gonna interfere with the pace of play and all that?
I've already talked to the contractor, they have like screening they'll be putting around their equipment, so you can play as they're working.
It's gonna be a,
Good luck.
learning process.
Yeah.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
But they'll not be going more than one hole.
Hit it straight down the fairway, Bill, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I always do.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
If you're taking questions on this subject,
why don't we wait till public comment?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Sorry.
Sure. All right,
Thanks, George.
Peter?
You're good?
I'm good.
Sorry, I forgot where we were. Peter.
Yeah, we're I just going back to the mechanics thing, they keep talking about this rotary mechanic, and personally, I don't think that's gonna work
Yeah.
well at all. Like, golf course mechanic is a lot different than a diesel mechanic and a plow mechanic, whatever, but hopefully, somebody will see reason and get us a mechanic. As far as the course, my guys are doing a fabulous job cleaning up, we took a lot of trees down, Mother Nature took a lot of trees down, branches, so, we're out there cleaning up, it's, nice out there. Other than that, we're probably gonna open on June 1st. We're looking at Monday, actually, Tasha was open on the 24th. So I'm looking at Bob and I have talked about it, we're looking at opening on the 19th, Wednesday the 19th.
Yeah, that seems to be a popular time.
Wednesday,
We're
a week
getting
from
ready
now.
to-
Wednesday the 19th, a week from Wednesday.
Um,
Just getting everything set.
Okay.
Get sprays down, maybe try to airify, we'll see how the weather goes. Solid time, not gonna full course, but just a solid time on the greens. Get ready for another season.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, where are we on, work on any of the tees, 8th tee?
That's, we're gonna start working.
9th tee?
19, we're not on 19, but we got 8T, 3T, the bunkers on 12, and the bunkers on 6, and I gotta get those
Okay,
all done and taken care of. We're gonna start working on those this week,
okay,
and, after that, then we'll go different directions with tees and
okay,
whatever else needs to be done out there. There's thousands of things that
Yep.
need to be done out there.
yeah, okay.
The bunkers, on 12 and 6, so you're ready to pull the plywood out, the wood out, hopefully.
Yeah, there's a side down, I think it's side down around the edges. They're not cutting side right yet, but hopefully, maybe this week they'll be cutting side.
In the perfect world, I've been harping on bunker sand for the year I've been involved. And in the perfect world, I think that would be two great places to try new bunker sand, if we could find the budget. Do you follow me?
Oh, yeah, I have no budget
Yeah.
left right now, but.
It's great, if they're gonna be redone, why not?
Well, I don't know where the money's gonna come from, but I think if there's a great place to test, especially, 12 gets a lot of play.
Yeah, right.
Maybe just 12, those two bunkers. Be a great opportunity to test some sand out and, just, my opinion.
Well, what I can do is I can get some samples, bring them in and say, okay, well, this is what you like, we'll put that in 12 and see how you like it. So I it that way.
Well, get a sample, sample for 12,
Like I said,
20 square feet or for the whole bunker?
Oh, for the whole bunker. No, just I'll bring you samples, look at these samples, which one do you think you like? We'll put that stand.
I don't know if I have the technical expertise. Dave, could you make that call?
I have a general idea what I would like to do.
Maybe he's good on the bunkers, I stick on the bunkers.
What's that?
What's that?
You're good on the bunkers, I stick on the bunkers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, I would love to see that happen.
okay.
I agree with you, I don't have any ability to judge a handful of sand, but, if Bob,
Like I said, it runs from like $40 a ton to $200 a ton. Obviously, we're not going to $200 a ton, but, we'll go with what, Tash was, and the other, local golf courses use.
yeah, right.
Now, do you intend to go on to some other bunkers after that?
Oh, yeah.
This summer?
Do not have it in line right now, but, there's some more. Well, obviously, almost all of them need new sand. So we want to see what the standard we want to go with, then we can start replacing it.
Yeah. Great.
So, Peter, a month or two ago, we talked about a plan for your 10 projects. I was hoping you'd show up and say, here are the 10 things we're working on. Now, obviously, 6, 12, those bunkers. I still want to, somehow or other, not that I want to hold you accountable, but I want to know what you're thinking are strategically things you have to do to make this golf course better. And I want 10 things from you that are going to make the golf course better every month. And sort of, they could be pie in the sky, they could be 6 and 12. You know where I am? We talked about this,
Yeah, I sent the list for the last meeting, and there's some that have been done, some haven't been done. Things change all the time, but.
Sarah's not here, but I want to encourage her to, and all my committee members to join me. I would love to see that a little more formal every month. And we're asking a lot. You got a lot of shit to do, stuff to do. but I think to get to some of the, and look, the drainage has been fixed pretty nicely so far. Overall, things are good. I would like to see a little more strategery out of your shop. And you have some great guys working for you.
I'll do them, yeah. I think, I don't have an issue with what you're asking. I think the quantity might be a little high. I don't mind if it's a list of 10 and we start there, but it can't be a directive of 10 every month. Can't be.
But Anthony, I mean, if, you're not gonna fix all these bunkers in a month.
I agree.
It's, you got 6 and 12 to deal with, short term, hopefully. You got trees, I wanna get to trees on the left of 1T, which, Bobby tells me that tree's gonna be gone soon, but there's strategic things around the golf course that I think the Golf Commission needs to help Peter, motivate Peter to get things done. And that's.
I don't need motivation, I need help.
And that's part of the process, I think.
I think a big part of the process is we can come up with a list of 10 things, and we can start chipping away at that list, and as that list shrinks, we could add things to the list, but it can't be a directive from the Golf Commission. We need 10 things. This is not the purview of the Golf Commission. I'm sorry, it's not. I can do that for Peter. I can come up with a list. You guys can't give me the directive to do that either, but I have no issue going along with this because it makes sense. I think it does make sense, but it just can't be the directive of, hey, every month it's going to be these new 10 things.
No, I'm not saying 10 new things. That's
so we come up with a list of 10.
There's got to be some major things and some forethought for the season.
Yeah, and we've got $1.5 million that are going to help us do some of that tree work, right? Do some of that bunker work.
Is there a scorecard around here by any chance? Sorry to bother you.
I don't think so.
No?
The pro shop's closed.
Oh, it's closed? Okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
I'm lying.
Well, I think part of, I don't know, it's almost, I view this as not so much as a directive, but as a way just to kind of keep on top of what are the most important things to get done, and are they kind of getting chipped away?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not, I don't think we're trying to babysit anything, but we just, so we can watch, we can say, okay, why didn't we get to this because,
Well, if we didn't get to it because Peter didn't have the manpower, that's ammo for us to go back to the town and say, look, golf course is failing a little bit because we're not getting this done. And I'm being a little facetious, but there's got to be some accountability somewhere in the process, and I'm not sure where that is. I'm not sure what our purview is as the Golf Commission.
Policy and procedure.
That's the purview of the Golf Commission.
Well, here's the thing. Let me give you an example. I don't know that we envisioned that we were suddenly going to do the bunkers at 6 and 12. And all of a sudden, they're jumping in there doing the bunkers. Now, the pitch we made to the town was there could be some major bunker rehab that we want to cover with our capital plan. And I'm a little bit schizophrenic between what work gets done under the capital plan and what work do we really have the resources within the operating budget to do.
Yeah.
And where should we charge doing whichever one of those things that we do? And the same with the tree work. I mean, we talked about potentially getting an expert in to help us for the tree management plan, which would be now based on the timing at least 2 years away. I think we're done with drainage, right? Is there?
No, never be done with drainage.
But I mean, nothing of the scale that we did last year. Well, we still have that major old, 14-inch pipe out there on number 10 that may need to be replaced.
10, one, there's a lot of drainage we've done on one.
But will we not know until we have a drainage problem that it's time to do that work, or are we gonna be proactive and say, okay, we know those things are gonna need to be done and do them, or what?
First of all, you need the equipment, you need the help to get it done. And, I mean, like the first fairway I've been wanting to do for a while, but when do you go out in the first fairway? I mean, everybody tees off a one and you just don't have enough time to do it all. And you have to do it off season.
Is there a problem on the first fairway? I'm trying to think of what it is.
It's just, probably about 150 yards out. There's,
I never get there.
Right past the pool.
Never hit that far, or you always-
Never hit that far.
But, it's in the center of the fairway, there's just some low areas
Yeah,
that
okay.
need to be addressed. And, you know, definitely makes our best over.
So let's think of it this way, there's stuff we do reactive to issues that develop. Suddenly we have a drainage problem, we have to deal with it. But there's other stuff we would do proactively, assuming the emergency things aren't sucking up all the resources. What are those proactive things we would do? Are there some other bunkers? Are there some other tree work? Is there some proactive drainage to go ahead and prevent getting into it? I mean, that's kind of where my head is let's separate the maintenance, the emergency reactive stuff, and the strategically planned projects and things to do, and recognizing that the second category is subject of availability after the first category.
And once the
Sorry,
season
I can't
starts, just grooming the golf course just takes all of our time.
Yeah.
Just, cutting rough, cutting fairway tees, that takes all our time.
Well, that's gonna take most of your budget too, I would.
Yeah, so, the only really good time to do it, unless I don't help, is, or hire, contract it out. It's the only time we can, do these drainage projects, unless we do them in the winter time. Which again, need the help, I need the equipment.
On a slightly different subject, my cursory view of the run around the golf course the other day is that things are in pretty good shape. Was there any winter damage you've seen so far? The greens look great.
Yeah, not yet. There was a lot of ice out there I was a little worried about, but, it seems.
Good, all right, great, thank you.
Okay.
I like it.
That's it. Moving to the Green Committee.
No, I think I've expounded my time.
Okay.
So you guys are taking care of the signs?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We were here the other day with Jerry, and I sent a note out, you guys, most of you saw it. We have a couple good options for overlays. He's gonna redo one that matches the granite, and I think between the two the granite lookalikes and the green one, there's a 3 or 4 person committee, we can figure out what makes sense. And Biggs, I'd urge you to join us, but.
And that's when, like, the one-on-one, like, that's gotta be turned around or put on the other side or something, it's just,
Well, that's a whole other.
I know, that's another.
Couple other things we could do, yeah.
That's.
Okay, so hopefully next meeting we'll have
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I think we will, yeah.
Great. Thank you for that. Part 3. Liam, are you on? Is anybody on line? I don't think so.
They're gonna open,
Tomorrow.
Part 3 is open
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Thursday.
I'm on Friday, the 13th. 13th. Soon.
13th. That's Thursday.
He's ready, he's down there, he's got his crew in there, he's ready to open.
Yeah.
Oh,
He times
fantastic.
are booked.
Terrific.
Fantastic. Anything from long term? Yeah.
No,
Okay.
mission accomplished, we think.
Good, yep.
We hope.
I don't think we have any old business. I don't think we have any new business. Anthony, are Liam and Mike off as of April?
2 people are, yeah.
This is our last meeting. Yep,
Yeah,
it would be.
First selectman is aware, he's working on the replacement.
Do we have candidates or do we need candidates?
He definitely has a couple candidates. He has
Okay,
not sent me any
okay,
yet, but he normally does, so.
okay.
Last year, he had like 15 applicants.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
applied.
We had no communications, no emails, so, I'll open up for public comment.
Quick, Bill Villa, who's Farmington Avenue. I was looking online at the agenda, I think it was, and we were talking about the audit of tea times. Can someone just give me a little information about that?
Oh,
Oh, there was a.
That was the last one.
Was that Anthony?
Anthony, that's your ball.
Do my best here. First selectman's office got a lot of complaints that people couldn't get tea times. So he asked the internal auditor for the town to randomly audit a certain month of time at the tea time to see if the same names were recurring, at the exact same spot. Ultimately, they didn't find anything of concern that was out of the ordinary. Auditor did make a couple recommendations, which the commission went through the audit report, wrote a reply back to each one of them as to whether or not they were able to be implemented. Didn't make sense, because the auditor's not a golfer, so, it might make sense from an auditing standpoint, but not an actual, practice, yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are at this moment.
Okay, thank
And
you.
I don't think we heard anything back to get it, sorry.
I understand what it is not to get a tea time.
Yeah, well,
We all do.
We all do.
We all do. And we haven't heard anything, I don't think, back from that reply. Have we?
No, we did not hear back from the,
Yeah.
from the Board of Finance.
Well, that's fine.
Do women have a problem getting tea times?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why would that be any different?
Yeah.
No, I just, it's different times. I don't know how many women are approaching the tea time system, so it's tough.
She plays on the weekends.
I usually play
She's pretty
definitely
good
every
at, she's pretty good
Saturday.
at getting tea
I am pretty good.
She's on that at
Good
5.
service.
You know, it's 5:01, it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to go at 5 o'clock, and
Of course.
you just watch it just like anybody else.
She got rid of her cookies, she's on
Exactly.
Chrome.
Exactly. But, you just put your feelers out and you work as a team, and
Yeah.
even with a group of people, we all kind of communicate to each other. If somebody gets a tea time, who wants to play, and
Yeah,
it's not,
Sounds familiar?
but you don't play much during the week.
Well, Thursday's their league game.
Thursday's the league day.
Yeah, but
and-
that's the time tea time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, every once in a while, but, that little thing called work. And golf isn't my job yet. I
Someday.
just like Mr.
Hey,
Big Net over there.
Anybody else?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Don Martino, Sunset Surfing. I have a question. Is the contract awarded? Is there a successful bidder for the broadcast?
We're gonna use the same bid list.
And
So we don't
does
have-
that mean it's Tilcon, whatever their price, you got a price ready
Yeah.
that you can, award? Peter brought up a couple times ago, I think I brought it up last time, that, if you can save any money with crushed stone on any level areas, like 13 or 15, it might free up some money to use in the sand traps. For putting in any money that, you can free up, try to improve the course.
What I'm gonna try to do with them is,
Maybe they can give you a deduct.
where the asphalt goes behind some of the tees now, that we're not gonna use, we're gonna cut in front of the tees. I already talked to them about leaving it. It's not gonna hurt anybody, leave it there, talk about using that for curving. The ring wasn't in the bid, because we don't have an actual footage for how much curve we want, so.
But if it was a significant, reduction to not pave, just put down the, process stone or the road mix, you can get a price for that. Just, go over it with them if it makes sense. If they don't think it will be stable, but I think it would be.
Well, it could come out, so once they're done with all the prep and the process
Right.
down, and take a look at it and say, okay, let's not do these, before they pave it.
Sure.
Yeah,
'cause we
Might
can do
get
that.
you some money.
You could do that on like 17, 15, 13, maybe, 14. You have to do a little drainage, but, there are quite a few spots out there where you can, not pave if you don't want to. Might get dusty in the summertime, but
probably not.
I've seen it on other courses where they just have the rough road mix down. The other item, you brought up samples of sand. Maybe you can put some in the trap at the driving range, put in a large quantity so you can physically see, how it is to hit on it. Instead of looking at a handbill,
Well, how's the short range area coming?
when we get to that. Before we let Donnie go, that's a short term, that's a nice short, small bunker, although it doesn't get a lot of use.
Which one, the driving range?
The one in the range, yeah.
the problem is that, it evolves into
Into the range.
into the woods.
Into the woods, yeah.
But,
Well,
so with the short game area, we can eliminate that bump.
but where's the short game area?
It's gonna be the left of the range.
If we
No,
trade
I mean, when.
Yeah, engineering's gotta come out and do the survey of the land, we just, hopefully that's on their schedule to do in the next week or two.
The architect will finish his drawing, they won't go up.
So,
Do we have an architect? for that? Good job.
So the money's still approved and sitting there waiting for us?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So this could happen late summer?
I hope so.
Yeah, we're hoping to do it.
Well, there's where we can certainly test stand if we can't do it on 6 and 12.
Yeah.
I got one thing. Yeah, I got one thing we're about to go.
Oh, you can go.
No, go ahead.
This may be my last golf committee meeting, you guys.
No,
Some of you may have heard.
Yeah, you have new duties.
I do. I've been promoted to the Chief of Community Services. What's that entail? I'm going to still oversee Parks and Recreation, but we're going to actually backfill the Director of Parks and Recreation, so that person will end up being the person that sits here at these meetings of the Parks and Rec Commission. But now I'll oversee Parks and Recreation, still golf, social services, human services, and the senior center.
Congratulations. So do we know who that is?
We're working with the candidate at the moment. Hopefully, we'll get that ironed out by the end of this week.
Great, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
I forgot what I was in that spot. Oh, how's your, has programming sign up, that stuff started?
Oh, your youth
Jams.
Everything's sold out.
Everything's sold out.
Everything's sold out already. Wow.
We've added as many classes as we can, and it's just,
I wish I had more staff.
and Friday we have,
Yeah, we have a thing, St. Patrick's Day thing like we did in the winter at the range. We had the Whimsy, we have a St. Patty's Day themed one Friday, 5 o'clock, driving range.
And how's the driving nets coming now the locker room is cleaned
Oh,
out?
that's easy. I had that priced out already, so as soon as those things are
So
gone.
it's coming?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was just gonna be like the warm up.
It's very,
warm up,
yeah, very
and-
simple.
That'd be
I
great.
already got a map.
That'd be very nice.
That's not a big problem.
Good for you.
Right.
Yeah, the programming is, good. The town is amazing, the appetite for programming. I really think it's the reason you've seen your par 3 rounds really go up.
Yeah.
Introduction to golf and juniors.
Testament to you, Bob.
For sure, I appreciate
So
it.
you lost Jeff?
Jeff,
took
moving on.
Took a new gig, and you have somebody to replace him?
There's a gentleman by the name of Brian McAfee. He's a graduate from Fairfield, graduated from Prep. A long time ago.
Cool,
He'll be joining us.
great.
Excellent.
I move.
Wait a second, let me just, anybody else?
No, I just wanted,
Oh, yeah.
I'm Patty Hennessy. I am a member of the Fairfield Women's Golf League, the VP of the Park 3, and we just thought maybe we should come to these meetings. We needed us, so should we be here? Do you want us here?
Yeah.
You want more than
Yeah.
one?
You
want a board here?
We just wanted to connect and have a face, or,
Welcome.
You guys have grown awesomely.
yeah,
It's just awesome down there.
we're doing the applications right now, and there's like 15 for each.
Let them all in.
We don't have tea time. That's our
You can have as
problem.
many tea times as you want.
Never stop.
We're already,
Yeah, you know that.
Bob, we're up
On
to,
the Park 3 we can, but not here.
Oh, that's a different
Yeah,
animal.
we're up to 137 already.
Are you a Niners here or down there?
I am down there. I'm VP of Park
We
3
give
down
as
there.
many tea times as you want.
I know, that we know. But up here, there's, I think there's, 16 people on the list for you up here. We did lose a couple because of the
The
new
list
kids
for-
and stuff.
Their
People have
membership, they
stopped
have
giving their time.
100 Niners. We started with like 40.
Oh, the 9 holers?
Yeah.
Wow.
We should be
I
like
think we're
30.
gonna flip the 18ers.
Well-
Here.
What day do they?
Tuesday morning.
Up the backside.
Nine holes.
So if you expand 100, that impacts tea times.
We have over
What's
100.
that?
We're already.
Yeah, we're over
Yeah.
We're working on it.
I know. No, that's really our.
I'm trying. It's only, there's a faculty issue at some point.
What's that?
I've heard.
With there.
Okay,
Great group though.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for coming.
Anybody else for fun?
Welcome anytime. All right, anybody got anything else? Did you have something else?
He
You
made
got
a
that.
motion, yeah.
Motion to adjourn,
I know we're done.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.